this for me, please. Will, I want you to know that today, I'm the mayor of the city of Philadelphia. But today is not possible without the leadership of the district council person who made this street renaming possible. So I want you all to lift up the man who helped to bring all of this together, and that is Councilmember Curtis Jones Jr., Mr. 4th District. Now, I've got to say this for the record, and this is really based on a true story. I was too young to get into the Wynn Ballroom. Where's Lady B? I was too young to get into the after midnight. So when I met him, B, it was either over a tape or over vinyl, and it was the first time that I had heard this literary genius who had come together with a superior beat creator. And they made a musical composition, which I can tell you was really a remedy to cure all of Philly's dance floors that were empty. And together they asked us, Philly, you want to dance? They said, we got what you want. And that's when they bust out with this thing. What did you call it, Mr. Principal? The brand new phone. You should have seen the people shaking and dancing and moving and jumping and spinning it. I'm not going to do that, y'all. I'm not going to do that to y'all. But listen, I'm here today to say it is definitely an honor and a privilege. Council, you talked appropriately about all of his global accomplishments. I want you to know that none of that is not possible without coming from good stock. So give Mom, the family, the village, the ability, because you got to plant good seeds and fertile, good soil in order to get the results that we have. But with what I'm most proud of, and I need to say this publicly, because this doesn't always happen, with all of his accomplishments and success, wherever you see him in the world, he is unapologetic about letting you know that I'm Will Smith in West Philadelphia, born and raised. Not everybody, Will Smith, achieves global distinction. He's used his creative genius as a unifying tool. And for those of you who support arts and culture, creative genius can't be contained in a box. It surpasses race, class, socioeconomic status, religion, your language. I don't care what language you speak. When you hear brand new funk, or based on a true story, you can't help but to go like this. We thank you for being humble enough and loving enough of your people and your community and where you come from to not forget about our great city. It is true that our people are struggling with some tough times right now. We're trying to work on some tough issues here in the city. But when we see you, you give us a sense of hope, a sense of pride, and a sense of dignity that it doesn't matter where you start in this race called life. You can achieve great things. And as mayor, I wouldn't be the mayor if I wasn't asking you for something on it. Whereas, next year, your city, sixth largest city in the nation, birthplace of democracy, will be celebrating the 250th anniversary of this nation right here in our city. All of these global visitors, I'm talking about from across the world, will be here. first woman mayor and the 100th mayor. I want to do something, Mr. President, with your help, because it's going to call for a vote in council for the money. Well, I've always thought about all of the giants that have come out of Philadelphia. And I've said to myself, and somebody might laugh and say what I'm about to say is a dream and it'll never happen. I'm going to try. I want Will Smith to lead the effort to bring every creative genius that has come out of Philadelphia back to the city for a concert on the Parkway for the 4th of July. And listen to me, this vision, you keep the vision inside, but I'm telling y'all, I grew up watching the Jerry Lewis telethon. You don't even remember the Jerry Lewis telethon. But I thought to myself, what if all of our hometown heroes, what if Jeff and the Roots and Jill and you Black Thought and Meek and anybody who has connections to Philadelphia, what if we could raise the money, because it's not going to be free, and we could bring them all back for one day. One day. It would. That one day, if they all got together, Mr. President, we could show the world that we could be one Philly, a united city. Y'all think we could do that? Put your ones in the air. Put your ones in the air. Let me hear y'all say one Philly, a united city. We love you, Will. Thank you for never forgetting about home.
Whereas, somebody say, whereas.
Now, the council president, they can appropriate the money, that's true. And where's Morgan Stevens, my girl, state reps? We can't do what you do in the state either, Rep Stevens. But as the mayor of the city, Mr. President, appropriately, I do have the ability to give our native son the key to the city, because that's what the mayor's supposed to do. And it says, seal of the city of Philadelphia, Will Smith, key to the city, presented by Mayor of the city of Philadelphia. Come on here, Mr. President. Come on, Mom. Yeah, well, I want Mom next to me.
To the center.
My Lord.
Everybody got it?
The man of the hour. Who's that? The man of the century. Shutting down bridges, opening up doors. Overbrook Entertainment's own Will Smith. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
Thank you, Councilman. Oh man, Mayor Cherelle Parker. Wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. Where's Philly at? Where's Philly at? I walked across this bridge for my whole high school career in snow and rain, and I grew up at 59th and Woodcrest in Winfield, so I was coming from Winfield. So, I was walking over, but I was running back, You know, fortunately, the front of the school was just in the hilltop, so you can get back over the bridge, get back home, walk once you got on the other side, you know. But, you know, to have Will Smith Way touching in the hilltop, I'm like, yeah. You know, it was interesting when I heard the name. It was Will Smith Way. So I started saying to myself, well, what does that mean? Like, what is the Will Smith way?
There you go. Let's go. Come on.
And I thought about that, and when I thought about the Will Smith way, I thought about my mother, my father, and my grandmother. And my mother is still here with me today, and my mom is here. And when I thought about the Will Smith way is encompassed in the lessons that I got from my father, my mother, and my grandmother. And I think about them as a triangle that represents the Will Smith way. And I think about my father as the base of the triangle. And right at 56 in Arlington, just on the other side of the bridge, is where my father taught me that you don't get without discipline and hard work. You can't make a life if you're not willing to sacrifice and you're not willing to suffer and work for your dreams. And we sold ice at Acrac Ice from 56 in Arlington. And when other kids were you know, you got to have a summer off, soon as school was out, because we sold ice, I was right to work delivering ice all summer. So I see the base of that triangle, the Will Smith way, has to be discipline. When things get hard, you have to be willing to suffer to change the circumstances. Nobody gets an easy ride, you know, and that was one of the things these streets of Philadelphia taught me, that there is nothing wrong with a hard day's work. And I want to salute everybody on this stage. The people on this stage represent people who are not scared to suffer for what they believe in. They are not scared of discipline. They are not scared of hard work. So I salute you all. The second side of the triangle is my mother. And my mother represented for me education. My mother would say to me all the time, they can't take what's in your head, baby. They can take everything from you except what's in there. And my mother was serious about education that we had to learn. I wasn't allowed to say, like, y'all ain't. I remember one time I was running out of the house. And I screamed to my friends. I was like, hey, where y'all gonna be at? And my mother was like, come on back in here. I hope they're gonna be behind that preposition. I'm back in the house and I'm crying, and my grandmother's like, a y'all is a boat, baby. You know, so my mother was very, very serious about education and understanding that my mind was going to be my key to my dreams. That the study and the work and the education was going to be the key to my dreams. And then the third side of that triangle is my grandmother, my Gigi. And right down at Resurrection Baptist Church on 54th Street, my grandmother, she was that grandmother, she'd be at the church on Tuesday. Like, she was that grandmother. And, you know, Jesus' homegirl. And my grandmother represented the love of God shown in the love for your brothers and sisters of the world. And she showed how every single moment your life has to be in service to somebody else. Even when we didn't have nothing, she was giving it away. She was like, she lived completely in service. And I remember one day, she brought a homeless lady into the house, and she was washing like Miss Clara. Oh, it's my sister Ellen. Yeah, Miss Clara. Remember, she brought Miss Clara in the house, and she washed a homeless woman in the tub and gave her clothes and fed her and all of that. And I was sitting and I was looking, and I remember thinking to myself, I'm never getting in that bathtub again. But a deeper lesson came later. A deeper lesson. A deeper lesson, you know, it was the understanding that the only thing that is ever going to make this bearable, all of the problems, all of the difficulty, the only thing that's going to make it bearable is we have to figure out how to love each other, y'all. We have to figure out how to help each other. We have to figure out how to care for each other. And, you know, when people come out and they look and they see the Will Smith way, I hope that they will reflect and we will reflect. Even me sometimes, I don't get it right. I don't get it right all the time, for sure. You know, don't get it right all the time, but you know, I would love to say, whereas Mayor Cherelle Parker has declared on July 4th, I will certainly be here myself. And whereas I'm of the Roots, I don't own him, but I certainly will make the phone call. Certainly will, and whereas Jill Scott is in my Rolodex, I will certainly reach out to Jill. And in my contacts, I will certainly contact. Whereas Meek Mill and I are friends, I will certainly reach out to Meek. And yeah, Music Soul Child. So yeah, so we will definitely, I will do my part to try to make it happen. And Kevin Hart, absolutely. Kevin Hart, yes, yes. So hey, Philly, you have. I want to say one word. Where's Miss Brown? So Miss Brown, right here. Miss Brown, Brenda Brown, was my first teacher in 10th grade when I walked through these doors. And Miss Brown's about 5 feet tall, and she used to walk up in my chest, and she would be like, and Miss Brown was the teacher who started calling me Prince Charming. The name The Fresh Prince was coined in that building, and Miss Brown was the teacher that made me, she called me Prince, and I added the Fresh because it was hip hop slang. So The Fresh Prince, so thank you for that, Miss Brown. Thank you for coming out today. Hey, her father, Miss Brown's father, I knew Miss Brown's father. Yes, you're right. No, 1977. All right. Ricky Brown. That is amazing. So, hey, Philly, I love you. I am yours. You are mine. I will see you on the 4th of July.